It's been a little over a month since President Trump announced Space Command will be moving out of Colorado Springs. Tonight, senior reporter Brett Forrest is asking Congressman Jeff Crank and Senator John Hickenlooper what's next, and is there still a chance it stays?
In the months since President Trump announced he's moving Space Command to Alabama, Republican Congressman Jeff Crank, who represents a district where it is, has only done a couple interviews about the move, mostly reiterating some statements he's put out. I was finally able to ask him about it and if there's anything being done to keep it in Colorado, since it was such a big piece of his campaign for Congress. And I was also able to ask Democratic Senator John Hickenlooper the same. This was a big campaign promise for you. I know you really wanted it to stay in Colorado. So now that it's announced that it's leaving, I mean, what happened? What happened there?
Well, I mean, we fought hard to do it. We fought unified as a delegation. I continued to talk to our two U.S. senators about ways that we might continue to try and throw some roadblocks in it.
You guys have said you're going to fight to try to keep it, but what does that look like? I mean, is there any actual effort underway right now, or are ideas in the process?
Yeah, there are. I wouldn't want to get too far into those because I think there's some legislative things that we can do. There's a lot that the Senate can do. You know, part of the reason Alabama ended up with the decision that they did is that they had a U.S. senator who basically put a hold on every nomination going through the United States Senate. That's certainly something that one of our senators could do.
When President Trump made the September 2nd announcement, he suggested it was political punishment for Colorado's elections.
The problem I have with Colorado, one of the big problems, they do mail-in voting. That means they want dishonest elections because that's what that means. So that played a big factor also.
Do you think it was a strategic military move, or he mentioned Colorado's mail-in voting? Do you think it was just a political move just because he wasn't happy with Colorado not voting for him in the election?
Well, look, I think that he made what he thinks is the best military decision here. I don't think it was the best military decision, and I've been very clear. I mean, I argued that with the administration from the beginning. I know he made the comment that he did. I kind of wished he hadn't, because I think it's left in people's mind that that's what the decision was about. I don't want to question the motives, certainly of the president. I just don't agree with the decision that he made to move Space Command out of Colorado.
I also spoke to Democrat Senator John Hickenlooper about the move. He calls it frustrating, saying he's never worked harder on anything in the Senate. What can you actually do to keep it in Colorado Springs? Is there a good path forward?
Again, we don't have many cards, and I worked real hard. Our whole congregation worked on this. So we have 4 Democratic House members, 4 Republican House members. I kept trying to convince our 4 Republicans, if they banded together on the continuing resolution, the big tax bill, they could have stopped it. They can't lose 4 votes in the Republican majority in the House. They only have a majority of 3. So we could have stopped it then. But for a variety of reasons, and I'm not in their shoes. I'm not going to criticize them about that. I think we all have to work together now.
Congressman Crank tells me he is working with the White House and doesn't have anything to announce just yet, but that they've assured him, quote, good things are coming that might not be as marquee as a unified command, but something that will impact military growth in Colorado Springs in a positive way, he says. I'm Brett Forrest reporting, News 5.